This reel suggests that our galaxy, located in Jamboo Dweep, is home to 4 moons. It explores how a mysterious dilemma surrounding their existence is gradually being unraveled. The region known as Do Ek Do Islands referred in 33 video reel represents an area inhabited by humans in the universe. Within it lies a remarkable structure called Jamboo Dweep, a circular island with a diameter of approximately 7.2 billion kilometers, surrounded by an expansive ocean. At its boundary, 2 moons, according to ancient principles, are positioned diagonally opposite each other. These moons orbit the dweep at high velocities, maintaining a stable altitude. Each completes its orbit in 48 hours, adjusting either inward or outward depending on the scheduled period. This cyclic motion is sustained continuously, moving from south to north and vice versa. Notably, the moons are aligned at right angles to the respective suns and are situated 720,000 kilometers above them. There are 15 orbital paths around the dweep, some within its boundary and others above the Lavana Ocean. Each orbit spans about 2.54 million kilometers in width, and the moons complete a full orbit every 48 hours, with their velocity adapting as needed. Thus, the moons exhibit 2 types of motion: horizontal movement along a plane and circular motion around a central point known as Mount Sumeru. Mount Sumeru stands as a central axis in the universe, with a height equal to the diameter of Jamboo Dweep, 7.2 billion kilometers. It serves as a bridge connecting heaven and hell. The moon takes the shape of a half sphere, with its flat surface spanning roughly 70,000 kilometers in diameter. Despite the vastness of these cosmic entities, many in India still attempt to connect far grander concepts to the relatively small scale of Earth, highlighting a stark contrast between the magnitude of the universe and the limited scope of earthly thoughts. The ancient and present moons differ widely in their structural systems. The ancient moon, much larger at an estimated 72,000 kilometers, emits its own light, unlike the current moon. These differences in configuration highlight a significant distinction between the two. The ancient moon revolves along a designated path around Mount Sumeru, signifying it as a separate planetary body. In contrast, the present moon orbits the Earth, rotating on its own axis while revolving around the Earth. The two do not align in any aspect. However, from our vantage point on Earth, only our current moon is visible, creating a perplexing dilemma. Yet, the existence of the other moons remains equally valid, despite being invisible from Earth. This phenomenon is both surprising and intriguing. The author perceives this dilemma as part of a natural phenomenon that could have originated from the fragmentation of the original Earth into multiple parts, with one of these parts becoming our present moon. Consequently, the Earth and Moon might share similar structural properties. This might also explain why our moon, unlike the ancient astrological moon used in horoscopes, does not emit its own light. At a certain time in ancient history, the Earth entered into orbit around the Sun while an ancient moon occupied a position that always remained at a right angle to the Sun. The orbital plane of this ancient moon was situated 720,000 kilometers above the Sun's plane. Under these conditions, the distance from Earth to the ancient moon would be many millions of kilometers, making it difficult to observe clearly. Due to Earth's rotation and its relative positioning with respect to the Sun, it may be possible to view both moons alternately. The visibility of either moon depends on the position of Earth in relation to the ancient moon. The best position to observe both moons would be when our current moon is directly above Earth. The possibility of looking at the ancient moon has been suggested by Earth positioning and more clearly from our moon at the specific place as well. This is perhaps the cause when astronomers observed it while going to the moon for investigational search. The size of the moon would be obviously small. Many have visited the visible moon and investigated its surface, which does not confine to what we had in mind, although its appearance from our Earth seems to be the same. So it does show relevancy. The history of ancient science reveals that no one ever touched the surface of the original moon, as it is not a place for human beings. It is mysterious that the Vidyadhari people could have gone through their equipment. In our opinion, the cause seems to be a home of celestial beings, and humans are restricted to visit as to widely structured human beings, although having the same appearance have bodily materials different and therefore cannot mix together. Although there are a large number of furious stories, common people must not try for such efficacy, and the end may be disastrous. As suggested earlier, our galaxy contains two sets of suns, each with its own Earth and moon. Thus, there are two moons orbiting their respective Earths. In addition, two ancient moons, as referenced in the Novi RE video, have existed in the galaxy since ancient times, bringing the total to 4 moons, as beautifully illustrated in the icon figure. The picture shows the positions of the two suns in yellow, each with a rotating Earth in its orbit, represented in blue-green, indicating the possibility of 2 Earths and, consequently, 2 moons. These visible moons differ from the ancient ones and may be considered circumstantial moons that complete the planetary network, a natural phenomenon. This does not imply that these 2 moons were born at the expense of the original ones. The ancient moons remain eternal, indestructible, and continue to follow their original orbital paths. In the icon picture, they are represented in white and positioned diagonally opposite each other, maintaining their ancient configuration. Observe the picture carefully to imagine the new moons positioned above the Earth's in a higher vertical alignment. Under these conditions, it is possible to visualize an ancient moon while approaching the present moon. The apparent size of a moon may vary based on the observer's location. This valuable image clarifies the concept of 4 moons in our galaxy. The 2 circumstantial moons are visible at regular intervals from their respective Earths, while viewing the real, ancient moons is challenging but possible from specific positions relative to Earth and its moon. The proposed theory suggests the existence of 2 circumstantial moons and 2 original moons within our galaxy. This concept reflects the ancient scientific wisdom, which established guiding principles in their explorations and discoveries.